What does it mean to catch something in motion, in the moment, with nothing but a line? You recognize the friend across the street in a single glance, not because you memorize their features, but because of how they move. That's gesture. And that's what we're drawing today, the rhythm and energy of what we see before the details come into focus. Welcome back to the How to Draw Naturally series. I'm Pen, and I'm happy you're here. Today we're diving into gestural drawing, one of the most intuitive and expressive approaches to capturing movement, space, and energy. This is a method where observation flows directly through your hand. It's about translating what you feel into what you draw and capturing movement. Gesture is more than a technique, it's a mindset. It's not about rendering the figure or object precisely, but about capturing its essence, its motion, its presence. Gestural drawing is how I start everything. It's not about the details, it's about sensing, responding, and moving through the form like a dance. At its core, gesture drawing is about eye-to-hand coordination. Again, it's a practice in seeing. Just like contour drawing, you're not copying shapes, you're feeling the movement and the rhythm of the figure and recording it on the page. The formal definition of a gesture is a movement of the body or limbs that expresses or emphasizes thought or feeling. I feel it fits this type of drawing. Your arm actually becomes an extension of your perception. Think of it as choreography on paper. This is a great warm-up for any drawing session, but it's also a standalone practice that trains your brain to see relationships in space, proportion, weight, tension, and flow. Using timed poses with a model website I'll provide, and letting your hand keep up with your eye without second guessing. It's loose, it's raw, and it's essential. And now that I've shown you some examples of my own gestural drawings and what they turn into, lays the foundation of what's to come. I am going to also share some inspiration right now with other artists, hopefully get you inspired to tackle some gestural drawings of your own. Let's take some inspiration from other artists such as Frank Gehry. His concept sketches are full of gestural energy. He's an architect, and the curves and angles he throws down in pencil become the early language of his buildings. They aren't blueprints, they're raw ideas in motion. Those first scribbles hold the spatial character of what's to come. They're not about walls or ceilings yet, they're about potential. Frank Gehry's early sketches are a direct expression of gesture and architectural thinking. And here we have some movement with Willem de Kooning. De Kooning embraced the unpredictability of gestural marks. His ink drawings are alive with energy. Marks slash across the page, wander through space, and often ignore the edges of the form. It's less about the object and more about capturing the rhythm and movement of seeing. Even when working on abstracted figures, his lines keep you aware of the artist's presence. He often reused and collaged parts of his gesture drawings in his paintings to retain that raw energy. His ink drawings are fierce, uncontained. The lines slice across the paper like sound waves or motion trails. You can feel how his hand moved, the pressure, the speed. Even when drawing something simple like a folded shirt, he let his mark making stay alive. Some lines stray or double back. The energy is more important than the accuracy. Artist Ian McKeever worked with both drawing and photography. His lines drift through printed images like wind across a landscape. He talked about line as a way of revealing and concealing, like erosion shaping terrain. Gesture for him wasn't just a warm-up. It was a way to connect materials, to express movement between stillness. You could try combining pencil and ink, or charcoal and chalk, and let the tools layer and interrupt each other. The expressive drama of Delacroix. Eugène Delacroix brought fire into his figures with wild, directional marks. Ink washes and chalk strokes swirled into each other. His gestures weren't about decoration, they were about narrative and emotion. The drama lives in the contrast of dark and light, soft and hard. Delacroix used gesture to convey intense emotions and dynamic movement. In his brush and wash studies, swirls of ink overlap chalk marks, creating dramatic contrasts of light and texture. The movement in his marks carries a narrative weight. And last but not least, we have Daumier's social commentary. Honoré Daumier used gesture in service of storytelling, especially political and social critique. His figures seem to burst into the page, always mid-motion, caught in expressive acts. His caricatures relied on exaggerated, often satirical movement to express unrest, comedy, or injustice. I have an assortment of a Sharpie, S-Gel, an ebony pencil, different color markers, a brush pen, a China marker, which is what I learned with in college, and a graphite stick. So I'm gonna dump this SD card and format it, and we will get started. Before any time drawing, take 5 minutes to loosen up your shoulders, your arms, your wrists, take some deep breaths, loosen up with your materials, test out pencils, charcoal, brush pens, try holding them at the tip or at the far back, make pages full of fast marks, light, heavy, short, long, curved, straight. Let your wrist, arm, and even your shoulder get involved. Because now it's time to draw. I'll be using a pose website called Line of Action. I'm going to use a screen recording to show you my settings. I'm also going to share the gesture that I'm drawing at the same time. Here's some other drawing tips and practice advice. You should stand when you draw if possible, especially for gesture drawings. It frees your movement. Work on a large piece of paper. I'm using a sketchbook that I've done other studies in, and I have sectioned them out in 3s for each model. Use inexpensive paper. Let your arm move. Make sure it has room to move. You can use inexpensive paper that you're not afraid to mess up. Don't start with the head unless it's the focal point of the action. Avoid centering your figures every time. Make the composition flow off the page. Try subject matters that have fabric or draped cloth. That's what's great about this website. They also have that, which teaches you to see volume and folds. If you're finding this video helpful, or if it's helping you loosen up, give this video a like and let me know in the comments what you're learning about your own gestures and your own art process. And if you enjoy slowing down, drawing intuitively, and exploring the creative process as a form of connection, I'd love for you to subscribe. This channel often has a train in the background. My channel, Web of Pen, is all about art, storytelling, and a meditative approach to drawing with a focus on process over perfection. We embrace the possibilities here and things that we have no control over. Remember, this isn't about perfection. You're trying to catch the motion before it disappears. You're drawing with your whole body. Keep your eyes mostly on the subject, keep your tool on the paper, and let your instincts lead the line. Feel the weight. Draw the invisible spine. Let the hand follow the eye. Draw through the form. Don't stop at the edges. So lady, just basically barely looking at my page, just trying to get down the movement. This muscle lady I missed because I moved the camera, but and I'm hot. I'm hot and I can't stop now. Like I'm sweating, am I? My glasses are starting to steam up. Using the China pencil. I started this How to Draw Naturally series to share with you how to draw with a different approach. Me personally, I went to a traditional art school. I also studied at a contemporary school where I obtained my art education license. So I am officially an art teacher as well. And I'm here to help you. Maybe you just want some practice and new skills or a different approach to learning how to draw. This is for you. But I also want to share the gifts and the knowledge that I've been given to teach you how to draw and how to draw naturally with a natural approach. First one is contour. Second one is gesture. And I have some others in the queue that I will be posting randomly for you to be able to learn how to draw too. And remember, you're not bad at drawing. You're new to it. If this is you and you're a beginner, have faith. Ease your mind and do these practices, which will build confidence and tune your instrument. Again, you don't draw badly, you're just new to it. At the end of this video, I will have a schedule for a deep concentration in drawing with gesture and contour, which relates to my other video. You can look at that here. It's an intense 3-hour study with a 15-minute rest in between, because if you're interested in learning how to draw, you have to put the time into it. Gesture drawing is where life begins on the page. It's instinct, rhythm, speed, and sensation. You're not recording a snapshot, you're translating an event, a movement. Let yourself loosen up. Trust your marks. Follow the movement with your whole self, eye, hand, and body. Thanks for joining me today. If you're enjoying the How to Draw Naturally series, make sure to subscribe and leave a comment with your favorite gestural artist if you have one. I'd love to hear what you've discovered through this practice. Until next time, keep drawing naturally. Thanks for watching.